This budget is how I've been able to buy my first car, buy my first property, pay off all of my credit card loans, manage my debt. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Whoa, that was aggressive. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ree. On this channel, we talk about a lot of things, mainly travel, life, and beauty. So if you're interested in those things, definitely hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. So today we are talking about budgeting. I know. All right, so this whole conversation really stemmed from Real with Ree, where we talked about, me buying my first property at the age of 25. If you haven't watched that video, highly recommend. So I'll leave it in the cards and description below. First off, I need to apologize because if you hear a breathing sound in the back, that is my puppy Pepper. She's just super young and super hot and super doing the most. So I do apologize if you hear her in the background. Okay, so Real with Ree, we talked about property management and real estate and kind of everything you need to know about buying your first property. And one of the things I mentioned there was that it's so important to know your money, know how much you can budget and kind of set aside to make that happen. Cue a request to see more about my budgeting and any tips I would have, and then cue this video. I'm finally doing it. I just want to reiterate the importance of budgeting because it is honestly such an important tool, and it's such an important internal tool that you can use to kind of manage your money. This budget is how I've been able to buy my first car, buy my first property, pay off all of my credit card loans if I have any, manage my debt, keep my debt at a very low level. I don't do high debt. So I've been able to do so much with this budget. It's all about financial awareness, especially in your 20s. It's easy to go out there and pretend like you have it all, and then you wake up the next day and realize there's $400 you spent last night and you don't know how. That's an uncomfortable conversation you have with yourself versus you having that awareness hey, if I go out tonight, anything over $50, $100 is a stretch and I need to pull back. See, there's a difference in the mindset. And if you groom yourself now to make those tough decisions, when you roll the dough, when you're a millionaire sipping with Jeff Bezos on a private island in the Bahamas, though that mindset is already in your brain, you're already able to kind of budget out and make smart financial decisions because you made smart financial decisions when you didn't have anything. Because I made a decision to start budgeting early, I feel like it's just gotten better and better, and I feel more comfortable with it. And I know okay, I have more income, so I know what to do with it because when I had less income, I knew what to do with it. Is that making sense? Who knows? All right, guys, so let's get into this, y'all. This is my first digital product, so I'm so excited, and I am just so proud of it because I actually got the recommendation from you guys. So on behalf of me, I just want to thank you for pushing me beyond where I even thought I would be. So I would like to introduce you to the Do Better budget. I know, the Do Better budget. Why? Because this budget is made for people who just want to do better, like myself. So yeah, like I said, I've been using this budget since college, and I kind of just perfected it really in my first year of working full time. I was like, okay, I'm getting paid a good chunk of money from these people. Let me figure out what all I need to pay, what all I have left over to spend, just so I'm not guessing every month what my expenses should be. That's just the person. I feel like just the accountant in me to be like, hey, you got a big chunk of money. What are you gonna do with it? It stemmed from there, and I've just been tweaking it and modifying it to what's been happening in my life. So if you're interested in the Do Better budget, guys, it is for sale. This is launch day. Whoop whoop. Yes, it'll be a link down below where you can buy the Do Better budget. It is for $12. And for a limited time, basically the weekend that this is going live, it'll be on sale for $10, which is literally the price of a meal. I really wanted it to be something that is affordable for everyone at all levels. It doesn't matter what age you are, where you're at in this life, you need a budget and you need to be keeping track of it. So if you're a college student, gotcha. If you're a working person like myself, covered. Maybe if you're just older and you're just like, I'm retired, let me just keep track of what's happening in my life. Mom, you're covered. I got you. This is me snatching you. You're covered. So yeah, the Do Better budget is for everyone. I'm just so excited to be sharing this with you guys. If you're interested in the Do Better budget, description is down below. And thank you in advance for just always pushing me, supporting me, and just riding for this channel. If you don't know, we are not monetized on the channel, so I make no money off of the YouTube videos coming through this channel thus far. So this will be my first real kind of like YouTube sales. So I'm so excited. But beyond letting you guys know that the budget is live, we're going to walk through the budget. You thought the video was over. You were like, oh, this is cute. Video over. No, stay. There's more. So we're going to use a very low income budget. Obviously, it will depend on where you're at. You might consider it low income. I consider it low income, but to you, this might be a fairly good salary. So if so, we're going to start off with a salary. But I'm going to show you guys how I would budget with the Do Better budget using $30,000. Boom, get ready. We have a little avatar, a little fake person. Her name is Susie. She just graduated. Maybe she's living in the Caribbean like myself. She enjoys the beach. She enjoys the weather. She just wants to be able to have fun while still covering her obligations. So we're gonna break down how we can use the Do Better budget for Susie. I will be screen recording it, so I'll share my screen with you guys so you can see as I'm talking what I'm doing. But let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're gonna hop right into this budget. So Susie, she has her bachelor's, she's excited or whatever, but we're giving her a low income in this scenario. She only has $30,000 to kind of spend and allocate. So let's see what we can do using the Do Better budget. So like I said, Susie, she has a 9-to-5 job. She's just trying to navigate things and trying to spend her money as best as she can. She wants to save though, so obviously we're gonna implement savings. If you're not saving, I don't know what's wrong. Even if it's just like, even if you aren't saving, let's say smartly, like in like a low interest, like in a good interest rate, or maybe in funds, like we should be saving at the very least. At the very least, we should be putting our money aside for the future. I feel like COVID has taught us that. COVID has taught us that there are no games when it comes to like pandemics. So a lot of people lost their jobs and had nothing to fall back on. So at the very least, we should always be considering, I need to set aside some money just in case COVID #2 decides to slap us. We're ready. We can actually duck a few hits. We can protect ourselves because we actually have a savings fund to fall back on. So today we're going to focus on the main parts of the budget, which is going to be obviously the actual annual budget. And as you can see, this is broken down beautifully into months and color coded. You know, I'm extra. So we're just going to dive deep and see what she can do with her year. Let's say she was doing this probably December 2020 to plan for 2021. This is a good kind of like starting point for Susie to make some better financial decisions. Anyway, so income. Let's start off with that. Like I said, in our example, she has a fairly low income, $30,000, which gives her about $2,500 to play with each month. In this scenario, Susie has a little side hustle. She does some hair, she does some nails. She does what she can when she needs to, and that gives her about $100 a month to play with. And we love that for her. We actually love that for her. So in this scenario, as you can see, her total income would be about $2,600. Out of that money, the $2,600, $350 is going towards her saving, which is a little low, but if you think about it, it's almost, let's go down to our budget breakdown. She's saving about 13% of her monthly salary, which is still good. Susie has some debt. She has a loan, maybe a student loan she's trying to pay off, and it's taking a good chunk of her, let's say, savings budget, which is about $300. So in this scenario, we're being realistic. Debt exists. So she has about $400 that she needs to cover in debt. Loan of $300, and then she's also allocating about $100 to pay off any credit cards that might be maxed out, / just trying to keep that credit card debt manageable. Nothing worse than a maxed out credit card. In this scenario, Susie, she believes in the Father above, she believes, and she's giving, if not in charitable donations, she's giving to a church about 10% of her income. So that'll bring her to $260. Additionally, Susie is sharing a room with some very nice roommates, and she has to pay her portion, which is about $500. Not really too bad, but she has to allocate that. Next, she has some car expenses because to go to work to and fro, she's thinking about her gas, and that's about $80 a month. I know sometimes this might fluctuate, which is hard for me to determine because I know you have car insurance, and then if you get in an accident or if you have any impromptu repairs, servicing, and stuff like that, 80 might not be realistic in this example, but this is what we're giving her. Next, Susie is a foodie. So she likes to cook, and she's budgeting about $200 out of her $30,000 salary each month to eat, buy groceries. So that's about every 2 weeks going to the grocery store and spending about $100. Next, we give her some medical expenses. Maybe she has contacts, prescriptions, got a budget for those things. But in entertainment, she likes to drop it low every now and then. There's no judgment. So $100 is a little bit of a tight budget, but you can make it work. If she goes out maybe like once a week and spends about $25, she could have a good time. Or she could just not go out 1 week and pile it all together and still have a good time. Beauty and grooming, this could be her wax, this could be her eyebrows, this could be her nails, this could be her hair. Whatever it is, we're giving her $50 to work with. Just $50 to make something happen. Phone expense. So she has a little 4 gigs and she's happy with that. That's about a $50 plan. Eating out in this situation, we're going to budget out for $200 because I told you she was a foodie. So what she can't make in meals, she's going to have $200 to buy lunch and buy dinner or breakfast when she needs to. And then shopping. We're realistic. Things happen. Pop-ups, farmers markets, whatever you want to call them. People like things. So we're giving her $100 each month to like budget towards buying something new. Even though she shouldn't because she have that debt, but we can talk about that later. Then travel and miscellaneous, she's going to budget out about $150. Obviously, this can fluctuate with each month, but she's going to budget $150 just to travel. And then miscellaneous would be any other thing that we can't group into our categories. She can throw it in there. So as you can see, if we look at our budget breakdown, Susie's doing okay. Her expenses are about 2/3 of her salary, which is a little bit too much, but it's realistic in this scenario. And obviously we gave her a nice buffer of about 4%. I always like to leave a buffer of 4 to 5% because things happen and budgets fluctuate. So her savings, she's saving about 13.5, which is really good. I recommend saving at least between 10% to 25%. So she's at least trying. And then her debt is taking up a good portion of her potential savings, but she's paying that off, and that's 15% of her salary. But that's basically it, guys. That is the Do Better budget in full function. There are some more tabs and more functionalities with the Do Better budget, but I want you to kind of purchase it for yourself and take a look and let me know what you think. Okay, so from that example, Susie, we can learn probably 2 things. The best way to kind of better yourself financially, if you are not comfortable with the budget that you're at, if you sit down and take a hard look at the money that's coming in and the money that has to go out each month, and you're like, wow, I am in the pits, I'm miserable. Like I said, number 1, look at how you can increase your income. How can you bring in more dough? Money is all around and money is attracted to you. That's what you have to believe. So it's just a matter of sitting down and being like, hey, how can I make more money for myself? Even though it might not be automatic, how can I increase my income so that I can have a break from all these expenses that are slapping me in the face every month? So figure out what that could mean for you and go from there. Next thing you can do is obviously save more when you can. If you can throw an extra $100 into your savings account, first of all, your spending and your savings should never be touching. That's my number 1 rule. My spending and my savings don't touch. I like to save in a separate account so that when I need to take that money out, if I ever do, first of all, it's not as easy. And second of all, I have everything kind of set aside and ready to go. Sometimes what I like to do is if I really want to knock down my debt, sometimes I wouldn't save for that month. I know it's not the best practice, but sometimes I wouldn't save for that month just so I could zone in and focus on paying off that debt. So in this scenario, sometimes when she saved $500, if she put that towards her loan and pay it down the principal, she might have had lower payments going forward. that moves mountains. So my first strategy whenever I'm trying to do better budget wise is to see how I can zone in and pay off my debt as fast as I can. One thing about loans and credit cards, they are consistent. The bank will always come for their money. They will never say, hey girl, how are you? Let's just take a break from paying since you've been doing so well. No, the bank will always say, where is the money? Matter of fact, we'll just take it from you. That's the bank. That's them. That's what they like. All right. And then the last tip I would say would be to have a hard look at your expenses. Do you need to spend as much money as you're spending every month on eating out and shopping and getting food? Or like, do you need to spend $500 on rent? Can you just live with your parents for a bit and suck it up and pray and just kind of better yourself and put that $500 towards a down payment on a new home? Because if you look at our scenario, she's spending $6,000 of her salary every year on her rent. If she put that $6,000 towards her savings, she would already had $11,000 for the year, and it saved a third of her income, which is crazy. And that's it, y'all. Let me know if you want more tips and budgeting tips like that. Leave any comments below. What has worked for you in regards to your budgeting? What's the best practice that you can share with somebody down below? All right, guys, so that is it. That is the Do Better budget. That's how we broke it down. That's how we went through everything. Thank you guys so much for being here on this first budgeting video. I would love to do a part 2 and just talk about maybe how we can better ourselves as like young working millennials, how we can better ourselves just as like young hustlers just trying to get it out here in the trap. What trap? You know, what trap? Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, if you would like something to be expanded on. Definitely let me know. If you're interested in this video and you want to see more videos like this, leave a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe. Stay. Can you just hang out with me, please? Like, geez. Stay a while, watch something else, all that. I appreciate you. I value you. You bad. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. All right. Yes. Okay. I know we almost done. Okay. Yes. All right, y'all. Hello. It's me. I am your money. It's time we have a chat. Oh my god, that was not good. Papa, why are you so loud? I feel like we haven't talked about money since... Why would she pick now?